For the Reinforce Your Skills 3-3, we're going to create some sales forms, a deposit, and then run a report. So we're going to go to the plus new button at the top. Underneath customers, we're going to go down to sales receipt. That's going to open a sales receipt for us. So we've been warned that we might have to enter in some clients, some sub-clients, and even add the undeposited funds as an other current asset. So first thing we're going to do is look to see if Jason Ridgway has been entered. If he pops up, we're going to go ahead and back out of that because we want to add a sub-client for him, Butch. So we're going to start typing Butch in, and then we're going to click Add Butch. We're not going to save this. We want to go to Details first because we want to add Butch as a sub-customer and then uncheck that display name and take his name out. Oops, I just clicked it again. All right, so for Butch, all we should have is the display name. We're unchecking this use display name, leaving it blank, and then is sub-customer. And the last thing we need to do is enter in Jason Ridgway as his parent or overarching customer. So the sub-client is what that might say. Go ahead and click Save, and you'll see the customer is updated to Jason Ridgway : Butch. The sales date needs to be 8/6/2026. They are going to pay with a check with a reference number of 4844. We want to add this deposit to a new account. We're going to change that to other current assets all the way down to undeposited funds. So other current asset at the top, then undeposited funds is the detail type. The name will automatically change for us. And then we're going to click Save and Close. You shouldn't get this error message. And then close out. If you do get that error message, we're going to go down to the chart of accounts to, whoops, I don't know where that came from. So we're going to go down to the chart of accounts to check out to see what's going on with undeposited funds. So if we look, other undeposited funds is here. We're just going to edit it so we can look at it. It's actually entered in here correctly. So we're just going to click Save and Close, and then we're going to go back and see if we can add that in there. So we're going to go back to plus new, down to sales receipt. We're going to enter in Butch again. Change our date, 8/6/2026. And then notice it's actually already updated here to undeposited funds for us. So I don't know what was happening there. So if it happens to you, just go back to the chart of accounts, look for undeposited funds if it's already there. And that fixed our problem once we edited it and saved it again. We didn't make any changes. I don't know why it just wasn't updating for us. Might be a glitch in the system. All right, so now we're back to where we were. We have our sub-client Butch. 8/6 is our date. We're depositing a check to undeposited funds with the reference number 4844. And then we are going to give Butch a full pet groom. Yours should pop up for you automatically because you should already have it entered. So now you'll see that product or service, I should say, is in there, full pet groom medium. The rate auto populates for you to $45. And then we are actually going to click Save and New because we have another sales receipt to enter. So this time we're going to enter in Jerry Lee's large lab king. So Jerry Lee's already a customer or a client, so we're going to add king as a sub-client. So we're going to hit plus new, plus details so that we can add him as a sub-customer of Jerry Lee. So right there we have display name king. We're going to take out king for the check. We don't want to write any checks to king himself. So is a sub customer of Jerry Lee, go ahead and click save. Again, sales receipt date 8/6/2026. Payment method was again another check. The reference number for this check is going to be 9887. Two undeposited funds, and we are going to search for the product or service flea bath. So just start typing flea bath in there and it should pop up. So we want that large flea bath for King. And again, once you click on that, it's going to show up with a rate of $10 for King's flea bath. We're going to again click save and new because we have one more for Bonnie Zoe. And I don't believe Bonnie's in here as a customer. So we're going to have to first off add Bonnie Zoe as a customer or a client. For Bonnie, we don't have any information other than her name, so we don't have to click this plus details. To add more details, we can just go ahead and click save. And then we actually don't want to charge Bonnie. We want a sub customer for Bonnie called Missy. So we're going to type in Missy, click add Missy, and then here's where we have to go back to details to add Missy as a sub customer of Bonnie Zoe. And again, we want our display name to be Missy. She's a sub customer of Bonnie Zoe, and then click save. Sales receipt date should still be 8/6/2026. This time they are paying with cash. So there's no reference number here. And we're going to deposit to undeposited funds again. And for Missy, she came in for a bath and brush. So in here, we are going to type bath and brush. So once we type that bath and brush in there, we want again to select the small option for this tiny chihuahua. And again, we're paying cash, so there's no reference number. Make sure we're depositing to undeposited funds. It should be a total of $20. And this time we're going to click save and close. Next thing we're asked to do is to create a bank deposit. So we're going to go to the plus new. Underneath other on this right-hand side, we have a bank deposit. So for our account, we're going to deposit into our checking account. So once we type in Los Angeles City Bank, it'll show up from the drop down. We are going to select it. We want your balance should be different than mine. So I'm missing some transactions in the past. I'm just using this account to make some videos. So your date will be 8/6/2026. We want to select all three of these transactions from 8/6/2026. We are going to click save and close. You'll see that a bank deposit of $75 has been made. And the last thing we need to do for this is to run a report. So we're going to go to the reports on the navigation bar. We're going to start typing sales by client summary. So once I type sales in, it shows up right there. I'm going to select that. We want this just for one day. So we're going to go to custom. We want that from 8/6/2026 to again 8/6/2026, just to include those transactions from today. Click this run report button and you will see those three transactions summarized for you in the sales by client summary. If one of them is wrong, you need to go back to those transactions and make an edit.